I tried making this video a few days ago, but you know what? I'm gonna try again because I think I can do it better. I posted on Facebook a few days back a very short video I made about how I had this encounter when I went to a local shop. I was grabbing something that I was looking for, and I live in a small city. There's only about, I don't know, about 40,000 people last time I knew. So pretty small. And so we kind of, those of us who, live and shop around here, we kind of get to know the local merchants and things. So, but I hadn't been in this particular shop in a couple of years, probably, just because this past 2 years has been kind of a lot, and I haven't had the time to go to this particular place just because I left married life. I had to move and find a place to live and set myself up here, and I broke my ankle, so the last time I would have been a couple years ago, is what I'm trying to say. And the shop owner I could sense that she was trying to remember. The wheels were turning in her mind. I could tell, because she kept looking at me and kind of talking to me, asking me questions, and because I was just acting like normal, right? Like you do. I was asking her, do you have this particular item that I want? And when I was ready to pay, bearing in mind, it was a small shop, and there were a couple other ladies in there doing their thing, and they were talking to the owner's husband and, doing what they do. So I was waiting to pay, and as I was about to do this, the lady, the owner, kind of leaned right in like this, like right in like this, and said, I know this is politically incorrect to ask, but did you lose like a ton of weight? And small store, right? The other two people, I don't know if they heard the comment, but that's why she leaned in like so close to me. Because I know she was trying to be polite, but at the same time, I was really suddenly very uncomfortable and embarrassed and kind of, I don't know, just uncomfortable. I don't know, I guess the blanket word, uncomfortable. And because, the last time she would have seen me, I don't know how much heavier, but significantly heavier than I am now. And I would have still been married and all that. And therefore in a much worse place, emotionally too. And so I was kind of, put off guard. And so I went on Facebook and kind of talked about it a little there. And I got a few different comments that ranged from, well, my mom, who's, I don't know, things are always strange between my mom and me, but she's like, well, just take it as a compliment and go about your day. And I was like, Kate, clearly you don't know me very well, but anyway, what else can I say about that? And I got comments from like people who have dealt with the opposite extreme, where they're very thin, and people make comments about how they look too thin and, just make them uncomfortable with that. And it's the same struggle. It's just, it's just different. And then I got this other comment from a lady that I've known since I had my son, because we were in the same prenatal group together. And so her first child is the same age as mine. And so we've known each other for 16 years. And she said, it's inspirational that you've done all of this. It's a good thing, don't feel upset or ashamed or anything, And I was just like, I don't know, man. That's really heavy. I don't know if I want to be called inspirational. That's quite a mantle to carry. But then I got to thinking, well, why? Why is it a heavy mantle? We like inspirational people, right? So why is it kind of a bad thing? Because in the comments I was like, I don't know, man. Just no, don't say those things. I'm just doing what I do, I'm not trying to be, anything of note. And when it comes to body stuff, I was socialized from a very early age to be uncomfortable about it. Be uncomfortable. You should be. Like it was that's the way you're supposed to be, is uncomfortable. And, not to go too far off track, but I was first kind of introduced to feeling embarrassed and ashamed like that as a 12-year-old kid. When I was 12 years old, I was already starting to develop, as they say, and my family went to Italy that year for my grandparents' 40th wedding anniversary celebration. That's why we were there, to kind of reconnect with that side of the family and all of this. So we were touring Rome and got to see all kinds of cool stuff. But I remember my grandfather, who was not a particularly tactile person by nature, he was holding my hand like really tightly. And it was kind of putting me on edge. Like, why are you doing that? That's not normal. And then my mom was kind of walking beside me, like she was on my left and my grandfather was holding my right hand, I remember, and he was on the other side of me. And this was a busy, bustling, Rome, huge, busy, there's lots of stuff to see, wow. And I was just kind of wanting to, take it in and see, but my grandfather was not letting my hand go. He was not letting me, have any space, at all. And my mom was right close to me too. And I was like, what are you two doing? Go away. I know this is a busy street, but my goodness, and I was getting irritated. And at the time, my grandfather made the excuse, oh, I don't want you to fall down in this street. And I was like, I'm not gonna fall down. I don't know why you're worried I'm going to fall. That's weird. But later, when we got back to the family home, which was way up north in Italy, I remember being told by one of my Zias, one of my aunts, that there's a problem with trafficking, and that's why they were holding on to you so tight. Because, and my mom went on about this as well, she says, because men were staring at you. They were just gawking at you. Like you were a mature woman. And it's so funny because I look at pictures of myself from that trip and go, why would people think I was mature? I looked like a kid to me. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I found out a bit later, is all this. stuff about concern, you know, about me being taken or something. But in that process, though, they made me feel like I should be embarrassed, I should be concealed, cloistered, kind of, because that's what they were doing. And it was almost like they were drawing more attention to me because they were so just consumed by like needing to shield me. So in that process, I learned, oh, okay, I'm not meant to be seen, I guess. This is wrong in some kind of way. And I'm not saying that was what they intended to show me or teach me with that action. I know that they were just trying to protect me. But at the same time, they did it in a way that still sticks with me to this day, 30 years later. Because when this lady in the shop I was just in was like, oh, you look so good now, wow! And I was just like, here's my card, I just want to pay for the stuff. And it's because of that kind of stuff from my family where they're like, nope, you shouldn't be seen because something will happen to you. Something bad is going to happen to you because of what you look like. So you need protecting all the time. These things stick with a person, don't they? So it's, I guess the point I'm trying to make here, it's rather long-winded, is that sometimes things happen and we don't understand why and the full ramifications of what that thing happened for until, in this case, 3 decades later, when I can look back and go, oh, that's why I feel so uncomfortable about certain things. Whoa, okay. Gee. And I don't know if, I hope that makes sense and is helpful in some kind of way. So if you have feelings about something, doesn't have to be body image, it could be something completely different. But if you find yourself having a reaction that you don't fully understand and it seems like the opposite of what it should be, then it's worth thinking about, why do I have this particular opinion about this? Why am I having this type of reaction? I don't know. Because a lot of times it's just conditioned, we just react and we don't think about the reason for that reaction. We just do it, it's just habit. So, I don't know, it bears some thought. It also bears thought about how we are with others in life too, and what we're teaching other people through what we say and what we do. Because it's also complex and you never know if you could be stepping on someone's toes. Like that lady in the shop the other day, she didn't know that, my particular weight loss experience has been fraught with complexities, and it wasn't just about losing weight. It was about like my entire life needing to be changed around. And there's a lot of emotion there. There's a lot of other junk to do with it. It's not just a physical thing in my unique case. So yeah, I could go on, but that's where I should probably stop. This has been long enough. I hope you're doing well. Subscribe button, as per usual. end a video. See you later.